I'm not saying be cruel to people. I'm not saying not to have friends and not to talk. I'm just saying you don't need 1,000 people to tell you, yo, good job. Trying to wake up this crowd. I want everybody to say what's on your mind. You have any questions for me? Again, I do psychic readings. You can read all about me at Psychic Massada, MASSADA.com. I hope everybody is really trying to stay cool. I know it sounds stupid when people say drink water, like you don't know to drink water, but sometimes with this type of heat, you have to really drown yourself in water. Keep drinking water. You'll be surprised with this type of heat that's going around worldwide. You must stay hydrated. Yes, Beeves, I am actually a psychic. You could go and look at my videos on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Psychic Massada. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And those of you who are here, you could also fan me up. You can read about me on my website, psychicmassada.com. I've been reading for, years. I am not your typical psychic. I don't believe in all the candles, incense, and all that. I channel, I get messages, and I do it just like if I'm talking to you. This is the way I work it. I don't go into a whole act. I don't need that. I could tell your future. I could tell, I give you direction. I could give you direction. Let me see. Roar like a tiger, hey. Thank you, Anna. Anna could tell you. Basically, I could tell you what's going on. I don't like to go into what's going on. Basically, you know what's going on. What directions, what will happen. Sometimes I come out with names, places, and things when I channel. It all depends what Spirit wants to tell me. To give you warnings. It all depends what Spirit wants to say. I don't like to waste time on what happened in the past. I might pick up on some things that happened in the past that you need to change. But as far as I'm concerned, the past is the past. And I like to stay in the now and the future. I won't go too far in the future because, things change and I don't need to go too far. I will tell you what's coming up within the next few months. Thank you, Anna. I just did a demo for Anna this morning, so, and a few other people, and she knows. No, I do not, and I will tell everybody, I do not, thanks. I do not bring in any negativity. If I have nothing good to say, I'm not the type of person that's going to put any scary thoughts. And it is, I saw a program like this, and it is a known fact. There are some psychics, so-called psychics. There are psychics that are good. Don't get me wrong. There are some psychics like me. They don't need nothing. They could come right to you and tell you. But there are some psychics, and there was, I forgot what show it was on. Maybe it was a Geraldo Rivera show. I think it was on many, many years ago. He had someone talking, a psychologist talking about psychics, and he was saying how sometimes someone will say, oh, I see you taking a fall, but you'll be okay. Basically, what happens is they put that inside your head. So subliminally, you are ready to be prepared for a fall, which, it's like law of attraction. You put it in your head, you're going to fall. What are you going to say? Hey, the psychic was right. I fell. Probably chances are it happened more because they told you that. So, so basically, I wouldn't say something like that, it's not even irrelevant. I mean, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall. But this is how, when I say watch how you speak, how you use your words. Again, I will tell everybody, and I'm sorry, I always repeat this, but there are people that don't come in. Never, ever, ever, ever say, I am falling in love. When you say, oh, I'm falling in love with him, it just setting you up subliminally to say, I'm going to fall. I'm in love, and now I'm going to take a fall. It's just best to say, I'm entering love. I'm having feelings, but never say I'm falling. Never say I'm broke. If someone tells you, you want to come with us, don't say I can't because I'm broke. Say, no, not at this time. Just don't use that word, because your words are very powerful in the spiritual world. But I don't get into empaths, to tell you the truth. I'm not into that. I mean, like, everybody's into their own thing. I'm into my own little bubble, my own little world. Not ditching. I'm not ditching. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just not my style. I'm not into feeling everybody's energy. It's very hard to be empath, because why get into everybody's energy? I'm a little different. It's not being unsociable. It's not being anything. I just focus on me. Do your own thing. Cool. You know, I could check it out. It's not a problem, and I will check it out since you tell me that. But I do my own thing, and I don't like to. I have my own way about me, and not being cruel, not being egotistic or anything. I just do me, and I do my own style. I know what I'm capable of. I don't want to copy anybody or do their style and mix it with my style, because it's just going to ruin my style. I am who I am. Everybody's who they are, and keep your uniqueness to yourself. Like I say, I just channel. I do channeling, and I get messages, and I sometimes act stupid and silly here, and I just, entertain myself at times. I have serious conversations. I joke around. But most of all, I don't like to get into people's energies. It's not my energy, so I don't need to step in the boundaries of people's energies. People who are empath, I great for them, but I don't see no need to get into someone's energy. You want to flow with me? You can flow with me. You want to flow with me? Don't flow with me. I can feel energy. I feel energy, but to bring it into me, I don't like to do that. I can warn you, like if you're working with someone, and sometimes I will come out with a name. The other night I came out with somebody's girlfriend's name and warned them, basically, be careful when she comes around. She's going to take something from you. So these things, you can ask questions. During my private readings, you can ask any questions you want. I might tell you, hold that thought. If I'm in the middle of saying something, I might tell you that. But, I will answer questions in a private reading. And I also, in private readings, let's say you do a reading, and then that night or the next day or 2 days later, you say, oh no, I just had a reading with her and I wanted to ask her something. Let's face it, when you go into a reading, even the calmest person will be like a little bit tense, even if it's a small amount, and you might forget. So I will always honor, for about a week, if you have any questions that you wanted to ask me in a reading and you forgot, to come to me and ask me, because I just feel it's fair. I don't think you need another reading because you forgot one or two questions. It's natural. It does happen that way. People will forget. So, without a doubt, you could always come back and ask me, because I will answer it. What's the sense of having a psychic reading if everything I tell you is what you already know. Yeah, I will tell you what you already know, and I will tell you things that you don't know. And that's why I'm looking into the future. Things that you don't know, I'm opening your eyes for it. So, um, and you'll come back and give me confirmation, I'm sure. Not, I'm not with the ego or anything, but I do when things don't make sense, and it does happen. I do love for people to confirm it to me. So at least, sometimes I like to know that, hey, I still got it in me. I'm still hitting it right. It's because when some people could get burnt out being a psychic, and there was a time I'm just coming back again. I did take like 4 months break from it. You can get burnt out from it, and if you don't break, that's when the ego gets in the way, and you could lose your psychic abilities. I've seen it happen. So I do take breaks from time to time. I could see if you're bullshitting me. I hear many women tell me their stories, and I'm seeing through the bullshit as they're telling me their stories. Some women don't like to hear the truth. And when the first step to getting what you want in life is to know the truth. So what I'm trying to say is there are women that do stalk men, and it's pretty scary. So it does go both ways. There's too many men and too many women out there for people to stalk. But you have to understand, not everybody thinks like you. Some people have passed, and they could look very normal, and you have to really, really don't feel bad if you have to pull the brakes on somebody. You don't have to explain why. Because even with some people, if you give them the opportunity to explain why, they still think it's an opening. That's just still talking to me. It's like what I'm saying. People have to watch their wording. There are people like most of us that's just trying to be nice. This is what I was saying to you this morning, Anna. Sometimes we don't have to explain, and sometimes we just have to cut things. Most of us like to be nice and polite. That's our nature. It gets to a point that sometimes in this crazy world that we live in, you could smile at somebody. And I've been talking for a few days about what's reality and what's your reality. Some people, both women and men, if you smile and you say hello, and this person is on the verge of being so damn lonely, and you smile and say hello, sometimes their mind will say, oh, she loves me. Look, she smiles. She says hi. It's a twisted thinking. So there is boundaries that everyone needs to put around them, both men and women. It's not being that someone said this morning, remember the other person that came in this morning, well, isn't it being very self-centered when you act like that? It's not being self-centered to take care of yourself. Always be polite and kind to people. But if you see that their reaction to a normal, just a friendly gesture is making them think something different, and it looks like they think you are into them, you need to cut it. You just need to cut it. Save yourself the headaches and the drama. Because this happens a lot to, especially women. So what I'm trying to say is, sometimes reality is not other people's reality. It's not being self-centered, and it's not being cruel or mean. You're just taking care of yourself. Especially women, this will do a lot of protecting for yourself later on. Again, sometimes you could just smile at a guy and they will take it the wrong way. So that's what I had to say, because it happens a lot. Even I've seen women. It's not just men doing this, and I want women to know that it's just not men all crazy. There are women that are crazy too. It's a mix. You need to be by yourself. You need to focus exactly with what you want with yourself. It is only you who could change you. Like people say to me all the time, oh, so you could help me, I could tell you what I see. That's all I could say. I could tell you what I feel. Can I help you? Mm-mm. Only you could help you. I could tell you things, and I could give you advice, and if you're still going to do what you're going to do in fall, don't say I didn't help you. You didn't take the advice. We all have our own minds, so only you can help yourself, everybody, and know that. And you all are beautiful people inside. Well, some people I won't say that. I'm being honest, but most of you, if you really, really want, you'll really, really get. And that ego is the killer. Even the slightest ego. The slightest ego is still an ego. So, I'm not saying be cruel to people. I'm not saying not to have friends and not to talk. I'm just saying you don't need 1,000 people to tell you, yo, good job. So I will give you a general. If there's anything specific you do want me to look into, just feel free. Again, it's just going to be very surface. Some people I read more on here in demos. Some people I don't. It all depends what's coming out. Now I'm shuffling these cards. I don't do spreads like most other psychics do. I just kind of use it as, I guess it's like a cigarette. I'm relaxing with these. I don't know. I just focus in when I'm on the internet. So just think it's my way of distraction. Okay, I feel there's going to be traveling for you. There might have been a cancellation with some traveling plans recently, or there was a delay. Could still be a delay, but I do see traveling coming up for you. It looks like you're going to see somebody and have a conversation. It looks like there's somebody that you need to speak to. I'm not going to go into details. I think you might know. And it looks like it's going to go over. It looks like some sort of understanding between you and somebody else. Stop worrying so much about money. Stop thinking so much about money. It's coming. I feel around the end of August, September, could be a new job for you. Right now, no, but I do see things are starting to proceed. Commitment. Commitment will be coming around the corner. There is commitment coming around the corner. There's this, I feel like there's somebody around, there's mixed emotions. There's some jealousy going on. I don't feel with you. I feel somebody is jealous of you, a man. Things look like, right now, the next 6 weeks, what I'm seeing, you will have some more income coming in. I feel like someone's going to start to help you out. Not like a charity help out. I just feel like someone is just going to be really good to you. Things are going to start to pick up relationship-wise. I see October, November, there's some sort of real commitment going on around that at that time. You're actually going to be happy. You're stopping your happiness, actually, that I'm seeing. A lot of your happiness, you're not freeing yourself, if that makes sense. You want to. I mean, you do smile. I mean, you're not unsociable. You do smile. But I feel that most of your happiness is depending on other people or other situations, and you need to find that inside of you. And it's okay to be silly, Elise. You need to start to bring that sometimes we get in, how can I put it? Sometimes we get into a stage in our life where we take things serious and we take things very mature. And that's great. But there's a time where you need to start to, you don't have to act stupid, but you just let go. Not worry about anything. Everything looks like it's going forward. This trip is going to make a lot of openings for you in your mind. It's going to bring a lot of thoughts to your mind and changes to your mind and what you have to do. There might be a delay for some reason on this trip, but it's still going to go through. In a nutshell, this is what I'm picking up. Like I say, in private readings, I do go into detail. What is your first name? Martin. Okay. Let me do a little look. Now that was cool. Honestly, believe it or not, Martin, it says a lot. Okay. It says a lot when words say a lot about people. Martin, I'm going to be honest. I don't know why. Sometimes I come out with names. I do in private readings from time to time. Not all the time. I won't say all the time. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes I don't know what the name is for, but I will blurt it out. I'm getting the name Sylvia, something. Does that make any sense to you? I don't know why I'm getting that name. Something with a Sylvia or something like that. Why, I don't know. It might have some meaning to you. You will be getting a phone call. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you. Don't be surprised in a couple of hours, a couple of days. You'll understand what that name meant. That's part of the readings that if you don't know, you will know. I'm going to receive some good news. That's first of all. I see a little bit of arguments. I'm not going to lie about that. And you thinking what to do next. I feel like there's a little bit of uncertainty around you, to be honest. You're everybody's, you are everybody's friend. You are kind to everybody. There's something you feel, and it has to do with like relationship. There is, and I'm going to be honest, there is some sort, I don't want to get into it here, but you're sticking up for yourself. There's something that you're not exactly comfortable with. Maybe I'll catch you on the side about this one. But don't worry, everything's going to be okay as far as have some more patience. I'm just getting that actually there is something that's going to be upsetting. If it's not already, it is going to be upsetting to you. That won't last long. It was only going to last between a day to 3 days, and then I feel relationship's going to get strong. Could be new relationship actually. There's something going on here, and I will catch you on the side on this one. But there is new beginnings that I'm seeing, decisions to be made. Calm down. Don't overthink. I feel like there's something going on. I really will catch you on the side on this one. It's just like there's too much going on, and a lot of it is coming from inside of you. A lot of it is coming from inside of you. So, like I've said over and over today, look at facts. Not your facts, but facts. Take yourself out of a situation, out of the circle, and look from the outside. It's good that if you start to look at everybody from their point of view. Don't just look at things from your own point of view. It's going to stop a lot of things that are shaky right now. I'm not saying to you, Martin, at all, your life is now a disaster. I'm just saying it's fixable. There's good things coming your way. Yes, there is. What I'm saying is you're thinking right now, you create a lot of thoughts that are not there. If that makes sense. What doesn't make sense, I will try to catch you somewhere else, not here. But what doesn't make sense, at least open your eyes and hear people out. There is going to be decisions to be made. I am going to tell you, whatever this chaos that I'm seeing right now, because there is something not perfect. Let's put it that way. It's all going to be cleared. Give it 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It might be a couple of days. I do see some arguing, some frustration. It will clear. But that's what I'm saying. There's something. 2 and 2 is not adding to 4. Let's put it that way. Do you have any specific questions? There's things that you know, and even if it hasn't surfaced yet, it will surface very soon. Probably by next week. Put it on a piece of paper. Okay, that's fair enough. Put it on a piece of paper. Like I said, there are facts and there are your facts. I'm not saying your life is upside down. I'm not saying anything, but there is something going on. And I will bet you that. I need to talk to you off of here, not in public. Yeah. It is. That's what I'm, like I said, I won't go into details here. This is public, and I don't want to do it. At this point, it is about that. I don't want to get into it here. This is your private business. This is what's popped up. Like I said, whatever the messages come. Sometimes it will come just on a move. Sometimes it will come on everything. Sometimes it will come on business. It just came up on relationships. I didn't mean to hurt you, 20 MPH. This is what came out, and like I said, some things I'm not going to broadcast in public, and that's what came up. What doesn't make sense for you or for anybody else, this is part of the psychic reading. I hope I didn't upset you too much, 20. And like I said, it's nothing really bad, just something you have to pass. Seriously, cats do protect you from any type of spirit. Cats do bring you sort of luck. They see things. They can take a bad spirit out of your house real fast. Actually, I heard that a lot of Russian people here, Anahata, they believe that cats, they take out this bad spirits. They do go between spirits. Most Russian people, they will have a cat. I know when I had cats, luck was good. Now I have dogs, but that's why also I go and sometimes with the cats downstairs. Like, actually, the reason why I mentioned it twice today, Anahata, about the cat walking up the stairs, because it kind of struck me funny. Because it was heading right, because sometimes they do sit at my door. They find me. And there's been one red cat, old red cat, that's been sitting right downstairs. And it's almost like I feel like they're around there to clear out any type of spirits or negative energy. But sometimes they're not around and sometimes they come back. So that's what I was actually thinking today. Yeah. We have a lot of Russians over here. And ask any Russian lady, even the men too, but mostly the Russian ladies, they are crazy about cats. Most of the cat ladies around here that walks around and feeding the cats are Russians. Each and every one of them will tell you, a cat will protect you from anything bad coming to you. Well, yeah, I mean, bad entities. I always say, if you are on drugs, I'm not talking to smoking a little bit. I'm talking about if you're on drugs, if you are drinking, it's so easy for them to come in because your mind is out there and they can sneak right in. Honestly, I just know cats for sure. That's one way to get rid of them. If they're there, cats will make sure then they won't come around. White sage. If it gets so bad, you maybe get a professional that actually does that. And I know they're really expensive. But I don't go into that too much, so that's not my specialty. Like this one woman I know, she had it, and one day she went next door to the house, to somebody else's house next door, and I was there, and I said, I could have sworn I heard furniture and people talking downstairs, and she's like, oh, you heard it too. And this entity, she was telling me, was cursing her, was using really foul language and saying, get out, get out. And she said it was scary. The person wanted her to leave. She did something. I don't know exactly what she did. She was out there. I mean, seances, covering mirrors, couldn't leave the house for a week. I don't know who she called in or what she called. She called in these people that were a little bit, they were cuckoo in my eyes. She wanted to tell me come for a cord breaking thing, and the guy sit with sage and was just saying something like a priest. I'm like, are you for real? You're charging people for this? Another woman did it, and she had to. I mean, it was really bad. I was on the phone with her, and I heard it. Talk to everybody soon. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. And I hope that everybody who's here